couple of days after Naruto found Hinata, he asked if she would like to live with him, to which she accepted, and they began to do everything together. Living, eating, and training. Naruto taught Hinata the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and even though she could only make one, it was enough. They started sending them to the academy, except in the days when they were taijutsu training. Naruto also took Hinata to the Hokage and explained everything that happened. To say that the Hokage was pissed was an understatement, but she was considered an orphan now, and Sarutobi agreed to give her a month allowance until they became genin. Naruto suggested to Hinata that they keep their connection a secret until they were older. He didn't want the villagers to give her the same treatment he receives. In the academy, each took their different seats to not arouse suspicion, and so they started sending shadow clones to the academy and training together. Hinata during the last days got to meet the QB, and when she found him with the gates open, she fainted. Now we find the couple in a training ground. Naruto pulled chakra paper and gave one to Hinata. Okay, this is chakra paper. It's used to test elemental affinities. Just push chakra to it and we will see, explained Naruto. Pushing chakra to its paper, it crumbled altogether, showing a high affinity for the lightning element. Then the paper split into two and burst into flames. See, I have 3 affinities. My primary seems to be lightning, and my secondary is wind and fire, he said, as he already suspected fire and lightning from his father. After all, he was an Uchiha, and his Hiraishin is a lightning element technique, so the wind must come from my mother. It was a shame that he didn't have any defensive element, but he can always create his own techniques. Hinata pushed chakra to her paper, and it split in 2, getting both sides wet. Looks like you have wind, like me, and also water. Now then, let's start training. I'll start with fire, since our village is known for them. You should start with water because wind is extremely rare in Konoha, he explained, and both started the usual way, Naruto making 100 shadow clones and trying to burn a leaf, and Hinata getting it wet. Naruto and Hinata both went to the library and henges. They didn't want any problems and got a few techniques for each of their natures. Naruto decided to go into the Uchiha compound, since the Uchiha were known for their fire techniques, and with the Sharingan, they should have plenty of techniques for all elements. Well, actually, they would be breaking into a clan library and stealing techniques, but Naruto was an Uchiha, so technically he should have access to them. Outside the Uchiha compound, late at night, both Naruto and Hinata stood outside the Uchiha compound, dressed purely in black. Naruto had his Sharingan active, as well Hinata's Byakugan to check for any other shinobis. Making their way through the gates and into the library that was located in the main house, they spotted their classmate Sasuke, who was awake. They quickly got behind him and knocked him out with a chop to the neck, and made their way to the library. The library was huge, to say the least, as expected from a power-hungry clan with copying eyes. The library was divided into sections: ninja arts, clan history, records, and diaries. Both of them made their way to the shinobi section, and it had ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu sections. The ninjutsu section was divided in elements: fire, water, earth, wind, lightning, and non-elemental. Each of this section was subdivided and has scrolls on how to learn each of these manipulations, but also techniques of various ranks. They started to go through a few scrolls until Hinata said, "They're all blank," she said, getting a confused look from Naruto. Naruto could easily see the instructions from the jutsus until he discovered it. "I get it. Only someone with a Sharingan can read the contents of the scrolls. To anyone else, they seem empty. It's a neat trick, actually," he said, getting a frown from Hinata. "Don't worry, I'll read them and teach you all the water jutsu I find," he said, making 20 shadow clones and starting going through the techniques. Fire element. Great Fireball Jutsu, C rank, sends a massive fireball to the enemy. Phoenix Fire Jutsu, C rank, sends small fireballs to the enemy that burn on contact. Dragon Fire Jutsu, C rank, sends a torrent of fire shaped in the form of a dragon towards the enemy. Great Dragon Fire Jutsu, B rank, sends a torrent of fire shaped in the form of a dragon towards the enemy, improved version of the Dragon Fire Jutsu. Fire Dragon Bullet, B rank, created by the third Hokage, sends a volley of small fireballs that melt anything or explode on contact. Cranium Carver, B rank, sends a fireball to the ground that explodes, creating a massive heat wave. Ash Pile Burning, B rank, sends a stream of chakra and powdered gunpowder and surrounds the enemy. The user can ignite the cloud by clicking their teeth, creating a great explosion. Water element. Water clone, B rank. Creates a water clone with 10% of the original strength. Water shuriken, D rank. Creates and sends to the enemy water form shurikens. The number varies with the amount of chakra. Water whip, C rank. The user creates a whip of water that can restrain or do the damage to the enemy. Exploding water wave, A rank. The user expels large quantities of water through its mouth that crash into the enemy. Great exploding water wave, S rank. Improved version of the exploding water wave. Waterfall vortex, A rank. Creates a waterfall that then crashes down onto the enemy. Water dragon, B rank. Creates a water dragon that captures and smashes the enemy into the ground. Water wall, C rank. Creates a defensive water wall. Water prison, C rank. Creates a sphere of water that traps the enemy within it, preventing their escape. Water bullet, C rank. The user launches a couple of water bullets to the enemy. Earth element. Earth clone, C rank. Creates an earth clone. Double suicide decapitation jutsu, D rank. The user grabs the enemy from underground and emerges from it bearing the enemy. Earth dragon bullet, B rank. The user sends many earth bullets to the target. Mud river, B rank. The user creates a mud river that crashes into the enemy. Underworld swamp, A rank. The user transforms the ground into a swamp that allows and crushes the enemy. Earth wall, C rank. The user creates an earth wall for defense. Earth spear, C rank. The user creates a spear that emerges from under the enemy. Wind element, wind release, C rank. The user breathes and releases a small wind that allows for reposition while mid-air. Great breakthrough, C rank. The user exhales a powerful and compressed gust of air that blows the enemy away. Wind shuriken, B rank. The user envelops his own shurikens with a wind layer that slices through everything. Vacuum wind bullet, A rank. The user creates bullets of pressurized air that are shot at the enemy. Airblade, A rank. The user exhales a wind-like blade that slices through anything. Pressurized wind bomb, A rank. The user exhales a large sphere of pressurized air that explodes on contact. Wind wave, C rank. The user claps his hands together and unleashes a powerful wave of air, not needing to inhale. Lightning element, lightning ball, C rank. The user creates a ball of lightning that is hurled at the enemy, shocking him. Lightning clone, A rank. A shadow clone created with lightning chakra. When destroyed, this chakra is transferred to the enemy, shocking them. False darkness, B rank. The user emits a lightning spear from his hand that impales the enemy. Electromagnetic murder, B rank. The user creates a wave of electricity that shocks everything around it. Flash pillar, B rank. An illusion technique that blinds the enemy with bright light. Genjutsu, bringer of darkness, A rank. The user traps the enemy with a black void, blinding them and dulling other senses. This illusion cannot be disrupted, only the user cancels it or is forced to release it. Hellfire Jutsu, B rank. Creates an illusion that makes the enemy think he is being burned alive. Tree binding death, B rank. An illusion jutsu that grows a tree behind the enemy, freezing him in place and allowing for the user to attack the enemy. Shackling stakes, C rank. The user locks eyes with the enemy, effectively paralyzing him in place. Sharingan required. False surroundings, C rank. The user casts an illusion over the area, altering its appearance. Double false surroundings, B rank. This jutsu places an illusion within the original illusion to mislead the enemy should they break the first one. Okay, Hinata, I've got most of them memorized. Let's go, he said, and both left the Uchiha compound, with a large inventory of techniques to later practice. They left the compound and were walking home. It was still early or late depending on the perspective. It was around 2 AM. Hey Hinata, since we still have time, do you want to go check out the Hyuga clan library too? Naruto asked. He knew Hinata's family was a sore subject. He still remembered to help Hinata achieve one of her dreams. Flashback. A couple of days after Hinata started living with Naruto, Naruto and Hinata were eating together after their morning workout, and started talking about their dreams and hopes for the future. So Hinata, what are your dreams for the future? Naruto asked. Hinata was still a bit shy around him, but it was starting to change. At least her stuttering and fainting was gone, almost. I know I want to become a powerful kunoichi to prove that I'm not weak, but even though I was disavowed from my clan, I wish I could get rid of the caged bird seal and unite the families. I know I may sound naive, but even after my father expelling me from the clan, the branch family were always good to me, and I want to help them back. she said with confidence. She didn't know it yet, but Naruto's personality was starting to rub on her. She was becoming more confident and even started helping Naruto in his pranks. You're not naive. You are a kind person, and I promise to remove your seal. When I do, we can plan to help the branch family, he exclaimed. After all, with the help of his shadow clones and his father's notes on Fuin Jutsu, Naruto was progressing rather nicely. End of flashback. I don't know if it's a good idea. It would be hard to sneak in unnoticed, she said. After all, Byakugan was frequently used for scouting missions, and it was extremely difficult to sneak up onto a Hyuga member, much less break into the compound. Oh please, they all say they have the all-seeing eye, but that didn't stop me from breaking into the compound and placing itching powder on their underwear, Naruto said, remembering the laughs that Hyuga received when they were constantly scratching themselves. That was you? She asked, surprised. Of course, they always were stuck-up pricks, but I didn't do it to you, he said, assuring her. Okay, if you're sure, we can sneak in then, she said. They made their way into the Hyuga compound, and watched from afar. Naruto extended his sensing ability and found 4 guards guarding the entrances. Thankfully, they didn't have the Byakugan activated. They made their way closer to the walls and waited for the guard to end his routine check. They channeled chakra to their feet and climbed the walls. Once inside, Hinata guided Naruto to the library, since Naruto didn't actually know the compound all that well. Once inside the library, the same thing happened in the Uchihas. Only a Byakugan user could read the scrolls. Apparently ninjutsu and genjutsu were practically non-existent. They must have thought it was inferior to rely on anything else other than their bloodline. Hinata quickly opened the scrolls and started copying them, and giving them to Naruto, which he was storing them in a storage seal he brought. Naruto's Fuin Jutsu was quite good for his age. He knew how to make simple storage scrolls of all kind, and was starting on a medium level Fuin Jutsu. They left the compound with the specifics of the gentle fist style, which Hinata already knew the basics, and the techniques they use. 8 Divination Signs Air Palm. The user concentrates chakra on his palm and thrusts it forward, sending a chakra wave to the enemy. 8 Divination Signs, 64 palms of the hand. The user closes the main 64 chakra points of the enemy at an amazing speed. 8 Divination Signs, 128 palms of the hand. Similar to the previous jutsu, however, it closes 128 points, knocking out the enemy almost instantly. 8 Divination Palms of the Hand, Heavenly Spin. The user starts spinning and releasing chakra from all his chakra points and forms a protective dome around them that deflects all attacks. It's considered the Hyuga ultimate defense. Armed with new techniques, they started training with more. Mostly Hinata, she wanted to master the Hyuga Gentle Fist to later in life prove to them that with hard work, one can outclass a genius.